Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Big Lee's World Podcast. It is I, your host, Big Lee, coming to you once again from the Boom Boom Room right here in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. On this episode, I want to continue that timeline filler there of where I've been within the past 8-month gap of why there was no new podcast episodes. And just kind of get everybody caught up on what's been going on and the adventures I've been doing to kind of help improve my mental health. With that being said, this episode is about my big weekend endeavor back in September to Nashville, one of my favorite cities out there. And I love the city. At one point in time, I thought I was going to move there, but instead, I took a job offer here in Cape Girardeau that ended up keeping me here, and I haven't really looked as far as trying to move there again or what the plan is tentatively for something like that. But I do love that town there. I got some great friends down there and are always there to support and to hang out and things of that nature. And we're going to talk about one of our adventures with one here coming up soon on this episode. But the first big reason that I went to Nashville is it was a concert that took me down there initially. For those that have listened to previous episodes and know me outside of the podcast, knows that one of my favorite things out there is going to see live music and concerts. And with the pandemic of 2020 kind of shutting things down, bringing things to a halt, concerts kind of came to a halt as well. There was some sporadic here or there, but nothing really worth the quote-unquote taking the risk. But, however, this came up. One of my favorite genres of music, if I say that right, genres of music, is hardcore. And they had a nice little hardcore fest down in Nashville. It was a pre-party for the big Furnace Fest that was happening in Birmingham later that weekend. But the thing that stuck out to me was I got to see one of my favorite bands as a headlining set, which I had not got to do. And that was this band called Terror. For those of you that love hardcore like I do, know that Terror is one of the godfathers of hardcore, and especially that modern style, and that if you know hardcore, you know Terror. And to me, Terror is one of the top tier, top 5 all-time favorite bands of mine. So in order to get to see them on a special outdoor headlining festival set in Nashville, I was like, I could not pass that opportunity up. And then, they had their openers. They had bands like Comeback Kid, Drain, Dare. I'm trying to remember the rest. There was 8 other bands, I believe. You can go to my Instagram at BigLee756, and you can scroll down back to September, and I actually have a lineup of all the bands that are posted there that were there that night. So, and there's some video clips there. And if you go to our YouTube channel over at BigLeesWorld.com, I'm pretty sure there's a couple of videos from that concert as well, especially with, I believe, the Terror videos up there. And I don't remember if there's the Comeback Kid video up there or not. But either way, they should be there. And I think there may be some over at the Big Lee's World Facebook at facebook.com/BigLeesWorld. But anyways, that was a big thing to me. Fun fact, the last concert I got to go to before the world, quote-unquote, ended or shut down was I got to go see Oceano in Nashville. And my first concert back, and I believe it was 20 months, was in Nashville. So I thought that was pretty cool. And like I said, it was awesome to finally get to see Terror. I hadn't seen Terror since, I want to say, Warped Tour 2014 in St. Louis. So that would be 7 years, I believe. Yeah, 7 years since the last time I'd seen them. They don't play St. Louis very often or at all. I know their shows get pretty wild, and I will talk about that here in a second, but a lot of the venues in St. Louis won't book them because of how wild their shows are. So you have to literally go to Nashville or Chicago to see them play. And unfortunately, the past few times they came to Nashville, it was through the week, or I was busy with the quote-unquote 9 to 5, or in the wrestling terms as we call it, the shoot job. and I couldn't get off work to go see them. So it all kind of worked out to where I got to go see them and take the weekend and spend it back in Nashville. Like I said, one of my favorite cities. So with that being said, let's talk about the concert. Like I said, it was outdoors, outside stage. It was some Studio 615 is where they had it, which I'd never heard of this place. Apparently, it's like a small venue to where they, when I looked it up, all I could see there was fashion shows, which seems also really weird to have a hardcore fest out back of it. But they had a nice stage once we got there. They checked our COVID cards. They checked our IDs to make sure we were good. It was a nice area. They had like a wooded area there, so in between bands, they had like a dance area in the woods with lights and place like that to chill. So that was a very cool spot, I thought. I would go back to it if they did another festival out there for sure. Like I said, it was a blast, and the whole area, finally getting to see Drain live was top tier for me. Like, I wanted to see Dare, I wanted to see Drain, but Drain, they are probably the future of hardcore. They are one of those bands that I would highly recommend, especially right now on the smaller level, that if you've not got a chance to see them, go see them, because their shows are wild and intense. And like I said, really recommend getting a chance to go see them if you can. I have my first time also seeing Comeback Kid, who was the co-headliner with Terror. I'll be honest, I slept on this band. I had never seen them, never really even checked them out, hardly to listen to. I don't know, it was just because I remember when they used to play the New Daisy in Memphis all the time, and they would come with certain bands. I think they came one time with Circus Survive, which is not my cup of tea, but they would come with these bands, and I never really went to go check them out because I was like, it's nothing I really care to see. They're playing with these other bands I don't either A, know, or B, really get into. So, getting to see them live, oh my God, they were amazing. Another band, 10 out of 10. If you get a chance to see Comeback Kid, go see them. I cannot preach that enough. They were epic. So, definitely recommend that. And then, of course, all things must come to an end, but first, it had to be the headliner, the almighty Terror. Let me tell you, I'm like 6 foot 300 pounds, and even I got knocked down in the gravel during that show. It was a sick show. Violent, amazing. What beatdown hardcore should be. That's my favorite kind of hardcore, beatdown hardcore. I recommend, if you've never checked it out, listen to bands like Terror. Knock Loose I would consider beatdown hardcore. Bands like that, check it out. If you like something that's high energy, gets the point across, but you're not quite into the whole anger of death metal or deathcore, then I would recommend beatdown hardcore. And I don't think it'll disappoint you if you have interest in heavy music. Now, if you hate all heavy music, then yeah, it's probably not going to be a good experience for you. But that's also neither here nor there. If you're willing to check it out, I'm sure you probably have some kind of interest in hardcore or heavy music. So, nonetheless, like I said, if you get a chance, check out Terror, check out Comeback Kid, check out Dare, check out Drain, and make sure to go buy their merch, listen to their music. If they come to your town, go see them. Get off the couch. Trust me, as a person who was struggling with getting off the couch for a long time, it's worth it. Trust me. So with that being said, that was the main night one of going to Nashville. And what kept me there longer than a night was I got to see an old friend of mine. Her name is Swan. I mentioned her in the first episode back, talking about how she was there for me, to reach out to make sure mentally I was okay, and making sure that I, with the meds and progressing everything. So, shout out to Swan. She's amazing. I would actually normally, these are the people I would drop their social media handles to follow, but she's also not overly too big on the whole social media doing it. So I'm not going to put that stress on her. So anyways, if you know Swan, you know Swan. Swan's amazing. And she kicked it with me that weekend, and we had a blast. We just some of the highlights of it. We got to go to the Up Down Arcade in East Nashville. Let me tell you, if you've never been to the Up Down Arcade, well, actually, let me back up a little bit here because I kind of skipped an important part there. We anytime I come to town, sometime that weekend, we usually end up going to Peg Leg Porkers. And if you've never been to Peg Leg Porkers in Nashville, it's probably one of my favorite barbecue spots out there that you can get barbecue. So make sure you go check it out. We did hit that spot up, caught up, exchanged some stories, things of that nature. And then we made the trip to East Nashville to Up Down. And let me tell you, that place is amazing. I know there's one in St. Louis, but the one in Nashville, especially with the extended hours due to them not having the laws that Missouri has where they have to shut down early, was amazing. $2 pizzas, coin games, like all these old arcade games. They have outdoor games, DJs, multi-level bars, all this like nostalgia on the walls. Like, it is just an epic place. 10 out of 10 recommend if you're ever in Nashville. I'm not a big fan of downtown. It's cool every now and again, but it's just not something for me. It's very touristy, very overpriced, very, hey, I came to Nashville, I have to go to downtown, or it doesn't really count adventures. So that's not for me. I want to see the local spots. I want to see the fun spots, and definitely East Nashville at Up Down Arcade. 10 out of 10 recommend it. Go check it out. We had a blast. I think we were there till like 3 in the morning. So 10 out of 10 recommend. Go check it out. Next night, we found another spot she took me to called, if I have my notes right here, because I had to look up what this place was called because I forgot where it was. Probably because I was still half asleep when I went. But that's neither here nor there either. It's called M.L. Rose Craft Beer and Burgers. And that place, it's a whole vibe in itself, because whenever you think of Nashville and you think about going out and about on a Saturday night, you think that, it's a party. It's going, like I said, downtown. It's a bunch of drunk rednecks and rich folks trying to be rednecks and out at these bars, and it's just not an enjoyable experience. Well, at this place, we got some solid food, and then after we ate, they literally had like these porch swings set around a fire and bonfire, and we just sat on these porch swings and just laugh and cut up about around the bonfire till I don't even remember, like 1 in the morning. They had little TVs up, you could watch sports. They had mini golf. It was a super cool place. It's a great spot for people watching. We ended up, the picture, the now infamous picture of me standing over the fire was actually taken at that spot. I know some of y'all that picked up the Big Lee's World shirt with me over the fireplace. That is actually where that picture was taken at, and Swan took that photo. So thanks, Swan, for taking that photo. I appreciate it. Like I said, overall, I can't recommend this place enough. It's super cool. I think they said this is West Nashville, if I remember right. I could be completely wrong about that. M.L. Rose Craft Beer and Burgers. You'll just have to Google it. But I'm pretty sure it was West Nashville, but I could be wrong about that. I just remember Up Down was in East Nashville. This place was in West Nashville. And I think that's right. Like I said earlier, my memory's not the best, so that's why I have to make notes on these things. But anyways, it was a great time there. I really dug it. It was a different vibe from Up Down, and I felt like it was a good balance of high octane energy the first night, a different kind of high octane energy the second night, and the third night, just the kind of chill out, relaxed vibe of the M.L. Rose Craft Beer and Burgers at the bonfire. So if you're wanting a cool spot to hang out with, that would be the place to go. Fun side note, I don't even know if she will actually listen to this, But I have another friend from back home, I guess you would say it. She don't live there anymore, but she was actually in Nashville as well. And I tried to get her to come out and meet with us and come kick it at the spot, but she decided to go the more touristy route and go downtown, and I don't think she had the best experience. So, Katie, if you're listening to this and you're ready to go back to Nashville, let me know. We'll link up with some cool folks down there, and we'll go have a much better time than downtown Nashville. So, like I said, I love Nashville. Like, I know some people don't like how it's changing from that country style to the more, what did the lady tell me at the hotel? That, they're trying to become what'd she say? They're trying to become the LA of the South, which I thought was quite funny. But, yeah, like I said, I love Nashville. It's a great spot. Some cool people there. Once again, shout out to Swan for taking time out of her busy schedule. For those that don't know, Swan is like a big boss at her 9 to 5, or as we call it, the shoot job in the wrestling business, like I said before. So, for her to take time out of her busy schedule to hang out with some degenerate like myself and go to places like Up Down to play arcade games and then go chill out at the bonfire on the swings, I think that's awesome of her, and I always appreciate the support of her. And there's another friend down there, Jana. Hopefully next time I come down there she can make it out as well. But like I said, Swan, thanks for kicking it with me that weekend. It was a blast. I look forward to doing it again soon. I don't know when I'm actually going back to Nashville. I need to get that on the calendar pretty soon. I know the calendar is filling up with the new spot in Poplar Bluff opening for concerts, which I'll talk to you about in a later episode. But if you're in Poplar Bluff and you're wanting to start seeing more live music, they do have a new venue called Forum 5050 there. Make sure to check that out. I know it's kind of a side note to all this, but the calendar's filling up with that. Summertime, more concerts are coming through St. Louis, which is the next episode after this one, which we'll discuss St. Louis. But I really want to get back to Nashville sooner than later to come down there and kick it for a weekend. So I'm planning to get with Swan to set that up. And then if you're listening to this, anybody, and you're in the Nashville area and you see that I'm coming down in there, don't hesitate to slide in the DMs, hit me up, and we'll kick it while I'm down there. So with that being said, I can't say it enough. I love Nashville. I love it. It's one of my favorite cities, right up there with Chicago. And like I said, I look forward to getting back down there. All the cool people that are down there that take time to reach out to me. I know Kama lives right outside of there. I got some other couple folks in Nashville and around that area there. So thanks for everyone support. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like, share, subscribe the episode, subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Big Lee's World. Make sure to, if you want to pick up some merch and rep it on the streets, rep it to everybody. Advertise the Big Lee's World brand, or make your enemy mad and give them one. Either way works for me. Go pick up that Big Lee's World shirts at bigleesworld.com. And if you ever have any questions, comments, concerns, or you want recommendations or things to do in Nashville, or you need recommendations for metal bands or hardcore bands to listen to and check out, feel free to shoot me an email at bigleesworld@gmail.com. As always, thanks for the love and support. We'll catch you around. And as always, 2 scoops of whoop, whoop, whoop.